Ice cream conversation. Ice cream conversation. Let's go. Forever on the grind, all day, every day. Ice cream combos, always real, they never play. Download the podcast, listen on any day. Why didn't I do this sooner? Only thing you ever say. Xaviera, best host of all time. All of the faithful listeners will say they never lie. Check every story they run, like me with the rhymes. When other shows report anything, it should be a crime. Entertainment news, yeah, I gotta get mine from ICC, and you should be inclined to do the same if you got half of mine. I do co-sign this lady to shine like Frankenstein. Cut it today design. IceCreamCombos.com. Tune in. Yeah. This influence by IceCreamCombos.com.
Welcome to the Ice Cream Convos podcast, where we serve delicious scoops of entertainment and celebrity news. I am your host, Xaviera.
And I'm your co-host, Karla.
And as always, we thank you for tuning into today's show. And we invite you to be a part of the show by dropping down in the comments wherever you listen to share your thoughts, views, and opinions on the topics discussed today. So, Karla, first, I need to put out a disclaimer.
What?
I don't know what's been going on with me, but I have been getting so tongue-tied lately. Or it feels like and I know, well, I already know what you're going to say.
Yeah, you know.
It's the stress. You burn out.
Yeah, it's the truth. You don't believe in it.
I do. I mean, I experience it every single day. Just like I told you this morning, I was like, listen, I feel like I know I washed my face, but I feel like I did. You ever be so sleepy, you just feel like the sleep just stayed in your eyes.
Right? No, I get it. Yeah,
I'm going to give y'all my disclaimer now. And matter of fact, let me go ahead and take my B12 while I'm thinking about it. But I'm going to go ahead and give y'all my disclaimer right now. If I be yawning when I'm trying to talk, if I get tongue tied, if it feel like I'm trying to get a thought out and y'all just be like, damn it, just spit it out, girl. I've been struggling. And it's sad to watch people look at me like, is her brain melting?
Listen, just don't nod out on me like a drill rapper in a Vlad interview. All right, that's all.
I was like, and then Will Smith had said, Then you sit there, all of a sudden you hear,
yeah, right, and that is so embarrassing, especially the way these microphones are set up. Can you imagine, like? Honestly, just falling asleep out of nowhere. But I got you on this ride.
Listen, speaking of a microphone, I recently booked Meraki Studios. It's like the hottest new content creation studio in Gwinnett County, right? So, you know, like you always talk about like how I need, I'm burnt out and how you wish that I was just put in a position where I can like really just dig into my creativity, right? So I was like, bet I'm gonna listen to Karla. I booked Meraki Studios. And the cool part about it is I didn't even have to drive all the way to Atlanta. I'm in Gwinnett County. I'm in Gwinnett. So all I had to do was just drive over to Norcross where the studio is, right?
Now, that's big though, because going from to Atlanta, like that's
okay.
A big deal. So the fact that you're able to just like shoot over this, that's awesome. Something out your way.
Oh, absolutely. It was a look. So shout out to Meraki Studios for that. But I had the whole studio to myself, which is really dope. And when you rent it, you get it to yourself, right? Okay. So I was in there and I'm like, yo, this studio is so fly. You know, as the TikTokers say, I don't like the gatekeep. So I was like, let me tell some other content creators about this studio. Right. So I reached out to the owners and I was like, hey, I want to, you know, share the studio with some other people. Like, can we work out a little something for the ICC friends? They was like, absolutely. Like, if you book the studio, you can use code ICC10, get 10% off your book. And I'm like, okay, now I sound real legit out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Okay, so bet. So I went ahead and I was like, let me tell the other content creators about this space, because a lot of times people don't know that there's something that's accessible or whatever. So first things first. All my creative juices was like, Karla, like when I was up in there, I was just like, yo, I really need to get out of my home office more. Like what the young kids say, I need to touch grass. but it just felt good being in the space. It's like, it's very colorful, very spacious. It has all these like gorgeous set designs and everything. So I'm just walking around. So I'm like, let me show other people. So anyway, I go live on Instagram because I'm going to show the people Meraki Studios how dope this space is. Well, Meraki Studios is 2 levels. Okay. All right. So I started in the meeting room because I was already in the meeting room. That's where I spent most of my time, like, just trying to come up with ideas of how to keep my audience engaged, because Ice Cream Convos is dying a slow death out here.
Oh, gosh.
So I'm like, let me see how I can try to revive this business, keep my, my readers engaged and all that without getting into the mud pond. And you already know what that means. So I'm like, all right. So I start my little live and I'm showing them the student, the meeting room, and showing them the glam space. And they have this really dope wall in there that has graffiti and all that. So I make my way downstairs. To show everybody downstairs. I get downstairs. And I told you I started going to the gym, but it didn't start working yet.
Oh my gosh. Oh God.
I get downstairs and I show everybody, all the beautiful spaces downstairs. And I'm like, yeah, this is because, I did my recent photo shoot. So I'm like, this is where I, took my little pictures. I was looking all cute and everything. So then I was like, all right, so I'm starting to wrap up my live video. And as I'm wrapping up my live video, I don't know what in my brain told me to go back upstairs and I guess finish where I started. Bestie, by the time I got upstairs, I was like, so all you have to do is just book.
Oh man.
Just go ICC 10.
No.
I was literally talking like, and just tell my Ice Cream Convos sent you. Girl, you talking about breathing hard.
Oh man, you was winded.
So embarrassed. I was winded. I'm like, Lord, I am at the tender age of 48, but Jesus, don't do me like that.
Man, it'd be a struggle. Like, I think we all had those moments. I just had a moment of like, I went like 9 months without doing pretty much anything. So it's bad getting out. It's bad getting back out here in these streets.
I'm crying. I'm crying.
No, it's bad getting out here out in these streets. I understand it. Like, it's not like when you're younger, right? And you just bounce right back. Nah, listen, especially steps. You talk about stairs, it's 2 levels too. Man, listen, nah.
So, content creators, when y'all go to Meraki Studios, either stay your ass upstairs or stay your ass downstairs. At least don't do it while you live, okay? Because there is nothing worse than being tired and trying not to look or sound tired.
Yeah, that's the worst.
I know them people was watching like, this bitch winded.
Yeah, that's why I always felt bad for like entertainers that like sing and dance. Like, you have to be super fit to do that because it's so obvious when you're winded. Like,
because I was gone.
No, but listen, man, everybody get winded.
Everybody. I was winded. I saw Uncle Charles. I was like, not right now, Charles. Let me stay a little longer. I still gotta get this post out. Let me stay a little longer. But yeah, so anyway. I say all that to say, if you are a content creator in the Gwinnett County or surrounding areas and you're looking for a dope space, just hit up Meraki Studios. It's MerakiStudiosATL.com and you can use my code. Let me say it while I'm not winded. ICC10 to get 10% off your booking. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's Karla. What's been going? So I know you said you done started walking. I done started going to the gym. I'm so proud of myself.
Nice. That's a blessing. Let me tell you something. And the reason I'm saying a blessing because it'd be a struggle. I know for me, it's a struggle just to like commit myself to like doing it every day. So that's awesome. Congratulations. Like, thank you for that. Like,
nah, because you know, and Tasha know too, my other good friend Tasha, that y'all know I am the most inconsistent Negro on the planet.
Man, we are, and to a certain thing, with certain things.
Yeah, but my intentions be good.
Listen, right?
Y'all be lucky y'all get a podcast.
Listen, I get it.
Oh my God, my intentions be so good, but I get derailed easily. And yesterday I did 5 miles on the exercise.
Nice. That's great. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I was super proud of myself.
Yeah.
So so y'all, I'm still trying to get back right because I'm a grandma. I got gray hair, but I don't want the grandma body just yet.
Oh no,
you know that grandma body because
Eve
told me, she's like, Shiggy, you so fluffy. I was like,
nah. What's all flying for me? Tell her she don't know. Nah, we ain't claiming grandma body. We not.
I don't want the GB
not yet.
Okay, I don't want the GB. Not just yet. I already look like a grandma from the neck up. I just don't want the GB. Okay. So all right, Karla. So we do have a lot to discuss today. We got some good news, we got some bad news, we got some wild news. We have all of it today. We have all the things.
Yes.
All of the things. And so just buckle up because it's going to be a ride today, because I feel my spidey senses are telling me that based off of our docket and my lack of rest, we're going to be all over the place today. But just buckle up and go on for the ride, okay? So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to get into all of the scoop. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, ICC friends, we are back. So Karla, we do have some sad news. Yesterday, I logged online and I saw that Enchanting was trending. And I was like, Enchanting? I was like, okay, that's a nice word to be, trending today, Enchanting. So I was like, let me go see why Enchanting is trending. So when I clicked on it, it said that there was a young rapper, and I wasn't familiar with her prior to yesterday, but there's a young rapper. She goes by the name of Enchanting. She's a Texas-based rapper. She was previously signed to Gucci Mane's label.
Okay.
Gucci Mane. Was previously signed to Gucci Mane's label. Okay. I guess it's the 1017.
1017, yeah.
Okay. So 26 years old. And I was just going through the tweets, and based off the context clues and what everyone was tweeting, she was on life support. So there were no details as to why she was on life support. And then, of course, anytime someone's on life support after a certain period of time, the RIP tweets started coming out. Then it was she's not dead. Stop, RIP. You know the process, especially with social media and everybody wanting to be the inside scoop person. And I found a Facebook page that seemingly belonged to someone who says they were her sister.
Okay.
And she was just saying, like, y'all don't even know her real name. Stop speaking on her. She's still fighting. The family is still praying. Just pray and wait. Just pray and wait. So I said, okay, as someone who reports entertainment and celebrity news, out of respect for her family, out of respect for her, I was like, I don't know enough about this young lady to be talking about her. And the waters just were too murky. It was unclear why she was even there. I just didn't want to, me. And I guess that's why I struggle to make money sometimes, because I put integrity first. So I was like, I'm backing off of this story.
You gotta put integrity first, especially with something like that. I would imagine that everyone should, but you know how it goes.
They should, right?
Right.
Okay. So I was like, I'm just going to back off of this story and just keep on going with other stuff. And then by the time Destiny and I pulled up to the gym, and we were sitting in the parking lot eating hot dogs and mozzarella sticks before we went inside. Oh, forgive us.
I didn't get to that part yet.
Yeah. So we opened up. Well, I opened up Instagram and I saw where Gucci Mane had posted RIP to the young lady. And in a surprising turn of events, when Gucci Mane posted his RIP, he became like the target. And I thought this was such an interesting Gucci Mane. And I don't know, you probably have heard this because you like kind of keep your ear to the streets, especially like the YouTube streets, where a lot of content creators share like what the temperature is in the street.
Right.
I did not know that Gucci Mane has a reputation for being cursed. I did not know that his record label especially has a reputation for being cursed.
Okay. I've never heard of that, but now that you're saying record label, and I'm kind of thinking about let me
hold on, because I'm about to pull it for you. I'm getting ready to pull it for you.
Was Big Scar signed to? That's the one that stands out for me the most right now. Big Scar was signed to.
So there was a lot of chatter about, Gucci Mane and so on and so forth, to the point where his wife came into the comments and basically was like, Keisha Kayor, Gucci Mane's wife, she was like, leave my husband alone. Hold on. So let me just find this little Carfax report someone wrote. And it says Gucci Mane's new 1017 artists have here we go. It says Gucci Mane's new 1017 artists have suffered terrible fates. Pooh Shiesty serving 8 years. Big Scar passed away. Enchanting passed away. I guess this is Fugiano, serving 5 years. Hot Boy West serving 15 years. K Shitty.
I don't know that one. I don't know. Okay. I'm not familiar with all
right. So we're going to go with K Shade. Okay. Respectfully. Dropped by the label. Roboy dropped by the label. Hood Rich Pablo Juan is also facing RICO charges. And then if you really want to take it a step further, Gucci Mane served time himself.
Yeah, true that.
Could it, so my first, before we get into segue into this Gucci Mane topic, it turns out that the young lady Enchanting was allegedly addicted to some type of drugs. Most sadly, a lot of young people who are in the music industry are. Yeah.
Especially now. I think more now than ever.
Yeah.
I mean, you always had drugs in music and hip hop. I think drugs got harder. Like there's more hardcore now. Like it's deadlier. Like
it is
stuff that they're doing now. I think
and stuff is tainted.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I heard someone who has been very vocal about like partying. Air quotes partying, like party drugs. And I heard them say, yeah, I stopped doing party drugs because they ain't clean no more. You don't know what you're getting. And they also advise that people keep Narcan and fentanyl testing strips. If you still on that scene and that's still what you want to do, that is imperative that you keep Narcan and fentanyl testing strips around.
It's if you want to hear something crazy, depending on where you live at, like up here, because like I live in Philly where it's like a fentanyl crisis. Literally any type of event you go to where there's like vendors and it's free stuff, literally, you know how many times I've been handed Narcan just and the vendors saying like, yeah, because it's a crisis here. So it's like the norm here to have that stuff. Like,
yeah, but you remember when they first began passing out Narcan, and people took it as like, oh, you just encouraging people to use drugs, and that's not necessarily the issue. The issue is people going to use drugs whether or not you encourage them or not.
Right?
People are going to use drugs, so why not strap the community to save these people until we can get them clean? Exactly. I don't know. I guess it depends. It's almost like the chicken and the egg type thing. You know what I mean?
But this is a different drug. I mean, this is like an epidemic. I mean, I get all drugs. You got to remember, like some people, unfortunately, for whatever reasons are prescribed. Like it's so deep when you start talking opioids and stuff, because you got to remember, like there's some everyday hardworking people that for some reason had to take an opioid and now they become an addict, right? You don't want to say that about that person. You know what I mean? They didn't. It's a crisis. It's an epidemic. I'm here for the Narcan if it can save somebody's life. I do get it because you got some repeat offenders, and Narcan is very expensive. So wow, I see both sides. But yes, that's a good. It's funny you said that because I'm like, it's weird that we have to say this now. We have to be speaking of Narcan, fentanyl strips, but yeah, it's almost like the safe sex. It's almost like if you're going to go and have sex with everyone, at least have a condom, or at least
really. Just a little bit about Enchanting. For those of you who don't know, she was a Texas-based artist, born Enchanting Nicole Larry. Let's see, what else can I tell you about her? Let's talk about her career a little bit. It says Enchanting's journey in the music industry began 8 years ago with her debut mixtape, Love and Drugs, ironically. Her unique sound, which she described as trap and blues, caught the attention of fans and industry insiders alike. In 2020, she was signed to Gucci Mane's 1017 label, a significant milestone in her career. She credited producer Jay Wright Did It for facilitating the introduction to Gucci Mane, which changed the trajectory of her career. She said, I had to get comfortable with my voice, Enchanting once said about discovering her style. Staying in the studio, constantly recording, it helped me find the style I can be good at. Other people can relate to the things I say. I might help somebody through any situation. They can listen to me and find peace. So this young lady was 26 years old, 26 years young. And the Shade Room actually spoke to someone, I guess, on her team, her management team. And they confirmed that she had been in critical condition before passing away. And her management team revealed she had been struggling with withdrawals in the recent days. Someone said she came to my house the last 4 days to get clean. She tried her best. I did everything I could to help her. She tried. So, you know, some people don't realize going through withdrawal. They said that's a hell that nobody want to walk through.
Yeah. And that's why they recommend that you be in a facility with certain drugs, because those people there are trained to help you go through that withdrawal. That's that's so sad to hear that. Because I feel sorry, you know, when people leave here, we feel bad for them. But like, imagine the people that she reached out to or whatever, just to try to, they're gonna carry that for the rest of their life, and it's not their fault, you know. But they're gonna still carry that, you know, what they could have done more, or you're gonna always feel like that. But it's really nothing you can do.
Yeah. So I just want to extend my condolences and prayers and my love and my thoughts and my heart to everyone who knew, loved, cherished, and was a fan of Enchanting. May she rest in peace. May the Lord comfort her family. But I want to kind of segue back into this Gucci Mane conversation, because being labeled as being cursed, that's a heavy label to have on your back.
It is.
And my question to you is Gucci, are there people, I'm going to take this off of Gucci Mane for a minute, but are there people who seemingly foster, intentionally or unintentionally, are there people who seemingly foster toxic or harmful environments?
I'm a firm believer in energy anyway. So I would say yes. Like, I believe you can attract bad things to happen to you depending on what you're putting out. Now, in this case, I can't say if Gucci is cursed. Like, I don't like using the word curse, because
me either.
That's, to me, is like a demonic, and stuff I don't even believe in. But I can't really speak on this case because I don't know enough. I would say no, I don't think he's, but I do believe like Gucci does attract because of, and this is the thing we don't realize, like we know the Gucci now.
Say what I'm about to say.
Yeah, like sometimes we like, even though you might clean yourself up, right? And I'm not calling him a bad person, but we know
be wanting to reach back to them N-words.
Yes. Yep. You go back, like you look at his past, and sometimes it catches up to you. Like you might be living your life right now, and then you wonder, damn, like why is this stuff happening to me? Because you done forgot about all that bad energy you was putting out there, or that fuckery you was keeping up, whatever you were doing, you know, in the past. But I do believe you can create a toxic environment depending on how you move.
Because my thought process was Gucci Mane, like you said, the Gucci Mane we have in 2024 is not the Gucci Mane that the streets of Atlanta had for a very long time, right?
Right. Yeah.
It was not the Gucci. We didn't have the Gucci Mane that ended up serving all that time, lost all the weight, and came out and had people. He was a clone, right? So my thing is like, if you hold a certain environment and then you're elevated to a certain point where you can start helping other people and putting other people on. And you create a business full of people who have not crossed that threshold that you have crossed. They have not made that transition in their life. Then it's like, okay, so now I created a whole record label roster full of people who may be doing all of these not so good things. So then when these people go down for the not so good things, it's a hit back on my label. It's a hit back on me. It's a hit back on me. And I don't know why. And this may be a horrible, horrible example, but for some reason, Allen Iverson is sitting at the front of my head. Because when Allen Iverson, when his basketball career took off, Bubba still wanted to kick it.
True.
Bubba still wanted to kick it with the homies. And I remember there was a lot of, and am I right about this? Because there was a lot of conversation about like, you got to let them go.
Yeah, it was, a lot of it was his family.
Well, not mama.
No, I'm just saying, for real, like on the Philly, when you look at it this side, like when you really look at it, a lot of it was his family. It was homies, but a lot of it was family, like too. Yeah. Yeah. But yes, you still want to, it's still there. Like that's where the maturity and stuff comes into play too, though. So,
but I understand the desire to want to help people using the dirt.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But those people got to be willing to take a shower and get the dirt off of them.
Yeah,
you can't like if I come back and get you out the mud, you can't come. You can't track mud back into the house.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because then sooner or later we're gonna be back in a trap house.
Yeah, exactly. That is so true.
Even your mama told you stop running in and out.
Yeah.
You letting all my cool air out.
Yes.
Either
Shut
you
my damn door. Yep, you in or out. No. You come in here one more time, you ain't going back out. Okay, we already know.
So the same thing has to start applying to, you know, our mentality. And then, you know, of course, I understand the whole trope of like, oh, you done got put on, you done forgot where you came from, you don't come around here no more. And that plagues a lot of rappers.
It does. And we should stop.
That mentality.
You don't owe, but you don't owe any. At the end of the day, you don't owe anyone anything. Like,
remember honestly, when Deion Sanders said, must be the money. It's like, I changed my address, my zip code.
Yes.
You unapologetically got the hell up out of there.
Yeah. And in some environments, that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
You have to do what's the betterment of you and your family.
We don't want to talk about how most rappers get killed in their hometown.
Yes. Boosie. Shout out to Boosie. Boosie was like the first person I think I heard say that.
Your hometown.
Yeah.
That's where you need you should be able to walk freely without protection.
But it makes sense, not really, because you think about how you get your biggest haters and they know you the most. And they seen you when you was in the dirt, when you was in the mud, when you ain't had shit, just like them.
And when you was doing dirt.
That's the yeah, exactly. And I think that's just the ultimate form of like envy. You know what I mean? You're gonna get it from where you live at. You know what I mean? People gonna be jealous all around, but a jealous ass person that grew up with you, that's the worst enemy you could ever have.
Especially someone who feels like they should have had what you had.
Yes,
they're better than you at what you do.
Yeah, seriously. It's a dangerous thing. That's why I don't want to be famous. I ain't even gonna hold you. I want to be comfortable, but I wouldn't.
And you know, at one point in time, I had told the ICC friends the other day on our Facebook page that at one point in time, I aspired. I wanted to be famous. I not necessarily just famous, but I wanted the whole package. You know, I remember I was trying to sing, and I just wanted to be successful. Right. And in most cases, fame comes with success. Right.
Right.
And I just wanted to be like really successful. I wanted. One of the things that I always wanted was I wanted that moment where I was on stage and I was singing and I could hold the microphone out and the audience sing my song.
Oh,
that is one that like literally at the top, at the tippy top of my dreams. That was the one, like that was one thing that I wanted.
Okay.
Now I just want y'all to click my damn site and just just click. Can you just click one damn story? just one, my G. Just click one damn story, dog.
Right.
But no, seriously, you know, as you grow older and you get older and you start like really seeing ish for what it is. I know that the Lord did not give me that because I am not built for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you become more self-aware of what you can withstand and can't. Listen, I don't like y'all talking crazy to me in the comments. Imagine the whole goddamn world talking about my hair, or they don't like my song, or my music video was whack, or I can't sing. Like, I would be in somebody's psychiatric ward singing my ABCs backwards.
Right. Yeah, it's cons totally outweigh the pros in my opinion. But
man, listen, cut me
the
my
money's
check.
good, but yeah,
y'all ain't even got to know my name. You
right.
don't know my name. Cut my check.
Yes,
just have it right on that line on. I
just want to be able to create a dope ass like NFT and become rich and live off of it for the rest of it. You only have to know who I am.
Wait a minute though. Do NFTs still exist?
That's a damn good question.
That was the ultimate hustle, wasn't it? NFTs was the ultimate hustle.
Straight up. Yes.
Yo, they had me at home like, how can I get an NFT? I was trying to get a Nas NFT one time. I ain't have enough money. I was like, but I need an NFT.
That's a very good question.
Man, people was changing. Remember people started changing like the URLs to what was the NFT URL? It was
I can't remember.
Oh my
but I know it was
like
a wave of like that NFT wave was crazy. That NFT wave was real crazy.
Well, nah, I don't think nothing beat that crypto wave.
Nah.
That crypto had y'all. Listen, me and Sarah got into cryptocurrency for like 3 hours.
Oh my gosh. Not 3
hours. We got into cryptocurrency for like 3 hours. We was like, nah, dog. The Dogecoin. Remember the Dogecoin or Dogecoin?
Akon had one too, right? I swore Akon had his own currency. Am I tripping?
Man, I got his own currency. I'm about to say something racist.
Man,
let's go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back.
Out of pocket, yo. You gotta make me spit this water out. Oh gosh, let me get my life right.
All right, we're gonna take. I promise we're gonna take a break. Hold on. Okay, guys, oh my god, I'm crying. We back. Sorry, Karla.
Nah, you good. You good.
I don't know. I just feel like when I get them emails that tell me I got some money, I had a foreign cousin who died and I have $3 million available. All I gotta do is enter my bank account. I'll be feeling like them emails came from Akon.
Yo, you're wrong. Yeah. Man, listen.
Oh, I feel like the emails came from Akon. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I'm locked up.
Yeah, you need to.
Okay. All right, guys. All right. Sorry. I told y'all.
Oh,
all right. So Karla, talk to me about this YSL trial. Cause what the hell? All I know is I just at one point in time I tried to follow the trial because I'm literally right here in Atlanta.
This literally is like you can't even call this up. But first of all, Brian Steele is like my new superhero. Like Brian Steele the man.
Okay.
All right, so as you know, Brian Steele is Young Thug's attorney.
Okay.
Girl, he didn't got basically Judge Glanville then gave Brian Steele 20 days, so 10 weekends in jail. He ordered him as of Monday. So all right, so let me give you background why it happened. So basically, because I didn't watch the whole thing, I caught glimpses because I was kind of watching the YSL trial, and then it's so long you got to kind of like kind of stop watching it. So I started watching it when YSL Woody, one of the Codees who basically got immunity. Was supposed to, once you got immunity, you're supposed to get up there and testify. Girl, he got up there on the stand and was like, girl, all they asked him was, Mr. I gotta look up his real name, but
Mr. Woody.
Yeah, Mr. Woody. Let me just say that. How old are you, girl? He was like, I'm grown. So they're like, yo, I'm dead serious. Y'all gotta go back and watch the clip, like, so you can hear exactly. But he definitely said that. So they're like, no, we mean like in what years, like, what is your age? He looked over at the judge and was like, I plead the fifth. Mind you, you already signed an immunity deal. So, girl, that happened on Friday. So he spent his happy ass in the weekend over the weekend at Fulton County Jail for that. Right?
Wait, Woody?
So this was Friday. Yes.
Mr.
So
Woody?
This is what's leading up to Brian Steele's content.
Why
he was found in consent. So that happened over the weekend. So they come back to court or whatever. And now YSL Woody is testifying on Monday, right? So I'm just thinking like, oh, well, yeah, because he didn't have to spend that. He had to spend that time. Well, what it looks like is when they got into the courtroom on Monday, Brian Steele basically had an argument that said that there was a conversation, I guess they call it ex parte, with YSL Woody, the judge, his attorneys, that the prosecutors, everyone except for Steele's team, that they weren't privy to.
Oh,
so judge is like, hold up, because if it's if it happened in his chambers, like, how the hell you know about it? Oh. So instead of him, Brian Steele basically approached. He basically kicked it off and was like, okay, well, court started at. Brian Steele said, Judge, court started at such and such, and I noticed that basically YSL Woody didn't come into about 11. And from my understanding, it's because he was in the chambers with you, basically calling the judge out.
He called him out.
So he was like, instead of the judge addressing, the judge was like, you tell me who told you that. Where did you get that? How did you get privilege to that information? So Brian Steele's like client, you know what I'm trying to say? Attorney-client privilege, right?
Yeah.
He's like, no, how did you? So long story short, he was like, who told you? Brian Steele looked at the judge and was like, you should have told me. Girl, after he hit that, how to get me. Oh, after that, he basically he said if he didn't tell him, he made him literally, he had to leave the courtroom. He spent like an hour and I don't know if it was at the county and the whole cell or what. He held him in contempt and told him he needed to report by this weekend. Of course, they're doing appeal and all of that. But basically, report this weekend, starting this weekend. He has to spend weekends from 7 p.m. Friday to 7 p.m. Sunday for 20 days. So I guess that's 10 consecutive 10 weekends. So that happened. And the crazy part is,
hold on.
I'm going to tell you why he's my hero. Let me tell you why Brian Steele my hero.
Okay.
So basically, we all know attorneys, most of the time, you're in court all week. So what are you doing on the weekend? You're working on your cases, right? Brian Steele said, look, if the appeal, I'm a file appeal, but if that don't go through, Judge, all I ask is if I got to sit up in that Fulton County, is that I'm in the county with Mr. Williams so we can work on our case. Girl, I was like, if this ain't some man, you couldn't buy it. Netflix couldn't produce nothing like this. Netflix couldn't produce nothing like this.
Wait. So first of all, from this point forward, Brian Steele is B money. Okay. For B steezy.
Yes.
From this point forward.
Yes.
You talking about an attorney standing 10 toes down?
Man, listen.
Where the hell was he at when them people sued me? But I gotta have a RICO to get B steezy.
Imagine the money though he's getting paid. Like Brian Steele's the best in Georgia. As it is, he's the best criminal attorney you guys have down there. So then you got to remember, that guy's probably cost $1,000 or more an hour in court. So this case alone, right? He probably after this,
he ain't got to do what?
So he I'm going all the way. Listen, I'm going all the I love. And then I thought about it. How smart is he though? Because he knows this is in the public eye. It's so many layers to this.
Yep.
You understand what I'm.
That's why let's rewind to Glanville. Not Glanville saying it didn't happen. He want to know who told.
Yeah.
If that ain't the blackest black mess I ever seen in my life. Black people.
He snapped.
Who told you that?
Right. Still like, I don't know what you're mad at me for. Like, you got to see the whole back and forth.
Not even I ain't say it, I ain't do it.
Now, and then he told him, I think I know how you got it. He said, I think I know how, you know what? I think I know how you got the information. And then he basically said, you eavesdropping. Basically, he's thinking that he eavesdropped. But I just seen real fast, I just took a quick glance at an update. It looks like YSL Woody fired his attorney. And I'm almost positive, I got to really look into this. He probably fired his attorney because guess where Brian Steele got the information about the meeting.
So then he has to eliminate that attorney and get him out the mix, right? Is that what we do?
Lawyers is friends with lawyers? Yeah.
So wait. So did YSL Woody fire his attorney because he mad that he told?
That's what I got to look at.
Or they just eliminating him from the equation so that it'll give them,
that's what I'm thinking.
Some leverage.
That's what I'm thinking. Because now I don't even know how you have a fair with all of this. Like, and forgive me, y'all, because I know I'm leaving a lot of stuff out, but y'all got to really just check it out. How do you have a fair trial with all of this going on? Because now you got a judge and a defense attorney beefing, right? Because Brian Stilton called you out. You understand? How is it gonna? You understand what I'm saying?
Ain't no fair trial. Is it a jury trial now?
Yes. Isn't it a jury trial? Yeah, because the jury, yes, absolutely.
Yes, because it took 3 years just to do.
Right, exactly. I'm thinking because I start running cases together.
Me too.
Of course, it's a jury. They weren't, even though they weren't there for like all of that, but still.
I know the reason why I asked, because I'm like, at least maybe the jury can give him a fair.
I don't know how
shot,
you find a fair. I don't know how you do.
Good Lord, you talking about a circus? This may end up being the hip hop trial of the century.
Yeah, it is. Like I'm looking at one of the headlines, and it's like YSL Woody fires lawyer while testifying. It says, "I don't want her." And girl, you got to just watch YSL Woody. He's so hood. Like there's no court etiquette whatsoever. I told you how they asked him, Mr. Such and such, how old are you? He was like, "I'm grown." Like, yo, he's so hood.
I'm gonna start using that though. Real Rat Raw. How old are you? Grown.
I'm grown.
I'm putting it on job applications and everything.
What are you gonna put? GS grown as fuck.
GAF.
Man,
I'm GAF with a GB.
I might have to start really following. Oh my gosh.
Grown as fuck with a grandma body.
So I can come to more you stupid with more details. But just know that Brian Steele is like a hero right now, especially if you're a young thug. Because I'm gonna just be honest with you. You know, I told you this. Like, I'm a Young Thug fan. I'm really pulling for like Free Thugger, honestly, because I feel like I don't feel like they don't have enough evidence. I just don't feel like it's enough evidence. I mean, we haven't seen everything, but not for a RICO. I'm saying for a RICO.
Right, for a RICO.
Not for, yeah.
Listen, I think we may have said it on here. I was like, damn, if Diddy was in Atlanta, Fanny would have put a RICO on his ass. I don't need Diddy down here traumatizing us, but
it'd be
part of me wish he was down here in Atlanta, because Fanny hit his ass with a RICO in a heartbeat. I better shut up before she hit me with one.
You know what? She's like, man, listen, finally got problems of her own.
Okay. Listen, her little boyfriend down at the office. Well, now she stopped messing with him. Went through all that and stopped messing with him. Ciao. But listen.
Yeah.
I was at home and could tell he was using her for money. I was at home.
Yeah, right? It'd be like, come on, Fanny.
He was sliding her D. She was sliding him.
You an attorney? Come on, Fanny.
I'm like,
I saw that.
You not here paying for D. It ain't tricking if you got it.
Yeah, listen, that just show your emotion. You stupid.
It ain't tricking if you got it. All right, Karla. Now I want to go to your part of the hood.
Oh gosh, do we have to?
Yeah, because you need to explain to me what
why we have to go viral like this.
Was going on with that damn crossing guard. Somebody said, "What is that?" What was going on with Kiara Lee? As my grandbaby Evie would say, what is going on?
This is the worst way ever for just to give y'all a quick background. This is like the worst way ever. Yeah, the worst way ever for a small town of like 8,000, 10,000 people to go viral. Like this is so embarrassing. Man, listen. So you go ahead and give everybody the story real quick, and I'll just give you the.
All right, so let me give y'all the tea on one Miss Kiara Lee. So Kiara Lee was a Darby Borough crossing guard.
Yes.
26 years old. She was arrested and charged with distributing vapes and marijuana. And what's the other one? What is it? Will you ruin kids? What's that charge?
That's what she got charged. She got hit with all 3, I think, counts of corruption of minors.
There it is.
Yeah, that's huge though. That's what they give like pedophiles, and like corruption of minors is huge.
Yeah. So the story, now hear me out. The story I personally, Karla, do not believe Darby would have been plastered all over the internet.
Oh, hell, if she ain't looked the way she looked.
If she hadn't looked the way.
Man, listen. I live in a town and I remember the first time I ever seen her, because she's actually in my ward. where her post or whatever is. And I remember like driving by one day and I'm like, you just like did a double take, like, what the hell? That's the cross. And the only reason you know it's a crossing guard because of her outfit with the vest. And number one, I did that because she's literally probably 3'9", if 4 feet. She's very tiny. I don't want to be like, I don't want to use the word, but she's small. She's a small person. Okay. So I'm looking like, is that an adult first? And then I see her face and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a damn adult. That's a goddamn, she grown as fuck. And this is like last year, like maybe 6 months ago. I'm not gonna say last year.
Oh my Lord, geez.
You know, and I'm just shook my head and I'm like, oh, all right. So, you know, she's been vetted and
I've been crying this whole podcast.
You can't discriminate. You know what I mean? You can't discriminate. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, I know I know the borough, she didn't vet it. She got her child abuse clearances and all of that. Okay. Stuff, so, but yeah, that's the only reason why she went viral. I
honestly, if you have not seen one Miss Kiara Lee, please visit icecreamconvos.com where we serve delicious scoops of entertainment and celebrity news. Put in Kiara, Kiara Lee, to see a photo of this young lady.
It's horrible, but like on a serious note, I actually talked to a couple parents like after all of this happened, because you know everybody in the street they talking.
Yes, local.
One parent told me like, because everybody kind of had that feeling, and I hate this. I hate us as a community have to step up, because the one thing I'm hearing a lot of is we knew she wasn't right. I always said why they hire her. Like we're always reacting instead of being proactive, instead of being proactive, right? So one story I heard was like one parent said, and this is a while ago, months ago, that her daughter, there's like right near her post, there's a really, really popular water ice stand that all the kids kind of hang out at right there. So her daughter goes, grabs water ice, and she said out of nowhere, somebody just came up behind her, grabbed her spoon was gone, and it was in her mouth, and here it was Kiara. So it was a lot of little inappropriate. I've heard all kinds of stuff where like she would take the kids' food, exchanging phone numbers, you know. So it was a lot of inappropriate stuff going on way before. Like anything else, there's always a million red flags before the person gets caught. Like this is just another example of like us not paying attention as a community. And I'm gonna just be honest with you, because I'm from here and I can say it. I don't blame nobody else but Darby. I don't blame. And what I mean by Darby, I'm not even talking about. Yeah, I blame who hired her, but at the same time, if she didn't have a background and her child abuse clearances were okay,
right,
you can't blame it. We don't. But the parents, the people, including myself, that see these people every day, and that when kids come and they tell you, like, it's up to us,
right?
Because that is a she is hired by our town. Like it is a position that has to go through our council, who we vote for. So we have control once again of this situation. So I blame us as the adults, because that girl crossed over hundreds of kids. It's a very, very popular post. Very popular post. And she also worked at our rec center. So now you got to backtrack and come in contact with every minor that she's ever, and she has a child.
Wait,
I don't know how many, but I know she has at least one, because I know where, now I remember everything and where she lived at. And I remember, yes.
Well, let me look at this picture again. You said she got a baby.
Yes.
Okay.
She has a child. And the crazy part is so funny too. Like now that I think about it, and I know sometimes you can't judge a book by its cover.
Absolutely.
But when it comes to our children, and when certain pieces just fit, they fit. Even where she lives at, right, is a known drug area. It's literally everybody who's in those apartments since I've known ever. It's drug addicts. Like, so I know you can't, but it's so many things that like I'm like, I sit back and looking like, yeah, we gotta take the L as a community.
The number one question that I'm getting,
and it's not the district, just to put that out there.
Okay,
William Penn School District got a really bad rep. Now, what I will say is the only contribution they have as far as the crossing guards, because there are 7 other boroughs too that also use the same school district, right? All they do is they pay half towards their salary. They're not part of the hiring process.
Okay.
So just to put that
Speaking of the hiring process, the number one question that I'm getting is, did she look like this when she showed up for this job?
Absolutely. I could go into it.
But then it goes back to discrimination. You can't discriminate against people based off of.
Well, we can have some discretion, right? I'm trying to figure, because when it comes to our kids, no, you can't discriminate. Absolutely not. I'm an advocate for, you definitely cannot discriminate, but at the same time, you can monitor. Give her the job. Or if somebody you feel like, I don't know if you give it, watch them. Like, my thing is, and I have a lot of questions for our borough. Like, once you put them out there, who's supervising? Like, who goes out and makes sure that they're doing their job? Our cops are too busy in our town. And right now, it's kind of a crisis because now our cops have to fill in, not just for her, which is she was on a highway. Like, her post is literally a highway.
Wow.
We have a shortage anyway. So now you're pulling cops off the street. It's such a big mess because of this. It really had a domino effect in the borough. But at the same time, and I'm going to leave it at that, it's kind of like one of those things where, like, remember about that bad energy and what you put out come back?
Yeah.
Darby got a lot of stuff they put out.
Dang.
And I'm going to just leave it at that. So, yeah.
All right. We're going to go ahead and take a break. Y'all go look at that picture. That picture got my Instagram on fire. You hear me? Flames.
But yes, that's how she showed up. Believe me. You asked me that while, but that's how she showed up. What other way could she show up? What you gonna do with that?
Okay. Yeah, we gonna go ahead and Karla, I thought I was bad. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take a break. And when we come back, we're gonna get into this Michael Rainey Jr. situation. Karla, we're gonna talk about your girl Chrisean Rock. Tory Lanez is gonna be single again, and I'm gonna have to Philly. I'm gonna have to put you on the docket again with this Stephen A. Smith mess, man. All right.
We're
gonna take a break. We'll be right back while Karla go ahead and get the rest of the Philly crew together. Okay, we'll be right back.
This is a personal attack at this point.
I promise it's not.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Okay, friends, we are back. Thank you so much for listening to today's podcast. We always invite you to be a part of the podcast by dropping down in the comments wherever you listen to share your thoughts, views, and opinions on the topics discussed today. Karla, did you see the video of the live stream of Michael Rainey Jr. being sexually assaulted?
Why do I still feel like it makes me feel crummy inside? Like, I hate the feeling that I still have after watching that video. Yes, I did see it.
Yeah. So for those of you who may not be familiar with the story, Michael Rainey Jr., who stars in Power and is now the star of the spinoff Power Book 2 Ghost, was he pulled up to a live stream like a lot of celebrities are doing now, especially with Kai Cenat. Like Kevin Hart just spent the night at his house over the
I saw a crazy clip with that. Yeah, to remind me to tell you.
They
did that hot chip challenge. You gotta watch that.
Oh. Okay, Karla, focus. All right. So Michael Rainey actually stopped by Tylil James, who is an associate of Kai Cenat. So he's like in that little streaming crew with them. And he stopped by his house to do a live stream or whatever. And the video clip shows Tylil's sister coming in from the side, and she literally just starts groping Michael Rainey Jr.'s private area. And he is in complete and utter shock. And then he knows he's on a live stream. You could tell he's like, I cannot believe this is happening to me. What the heck is going on? He's trying to keep his composure. He's trying to get her off of him. His eyes are big as $50. Yes. He tries to like kind of laugh it off, you know, almost like the nervous laugh. Like, is this like, what is going on? And I guess eventually the girl leaves him alone. But when she's trying to grope him, or when she's actually groping him, she's saying something to him. I don't know exactly what she's saying to him, but she's saying something to him. Now, initially, well, shortly thereafter, the groping incident took place. I think it was about 20 minutes. Michael Rainey skated. He was like, he out. He abruptly left the stream. Tylil James had the nerve to get offended after Michael Rainey left. And then he was on the stream. He started talking about like hospitality. You know, you open up your home, you let people come in and they just leave like that. You find it disrespectful, this, and the third. And the people on the streams like, did you see what your sister did to him?
Right. Like, what do you...
So then he starts making what is blatant excuses for his sister, saying, no, you know, and he not about to go in on his sister. He'll have a conversation with her. She just not used to being around celebrities and something. And, you know, this and the third. First of all, I'm not used to being around celebrities like that. if I see Method Man, do I got the right? And I know some of y'all probably gonna be like, yes, but no, I do not have the right to grope that man, grab his private areas, and try to whisper raggedy sweet nothings in his ear.
Not raggedy though.
Yeah, like what the heck is wrong? And then
I'm not laughing at the situation.
Yeah, but for me, my first question was, how old is this girl? Because when you hear little sister, you automatically think minor.
She looked older though, because I saw a clip of her earlier because he put her out earlier. Did you see the clip where she got put out? See, that was horrible. Like, she shouldn't even have been in the room. So there was a clip before that clip where he was saying something about, this was before he brought Michael Rainey in, I think, or he wasn't in that angle. And he's like, yeah, something about he was trying to go viral. She was like, you trying to go viral? Somebody go get me a banana. And he put her out of the stream.
Bro. What?
Yeah.
She
you
wanted
see her
him.
fully. You see
she
her
wanted
fully.
him.
He pushed her out. She wanted him.
She wanted him. Okay.
She wanted him.
Yeah. So then that would make sense that. So let me say. So Michael Rainey left. Tylil had, tried to say his little piece, tried to defend his sister. Social media dragged him to hell. And then, and then a bigger conversation began about men who are sexually assaulted. It's always, or not, it's always, the focus is mainly on women who are victims, but men are victims as well. But we live in a society where a lot of men don't want to say it, because then it's like, oh man, you soft, you don't like girls, what you gay with like a girl come on to you and you complaining. And so a bigger and a larger conversation came from this. And I was happy to see that people were calling it for what it was. And I was happy to see that there were healthy conversations around it. Of course, you still had your knuckleheads that always make their way to the table anytime grown folks talking. But for the most part, people had intelligent and meaningful dialogue about this situation. So then when that took place, then Tylil comes back and he releases a formal apology to Michael Rainey Jr. and to his family, and basically said what his sister did was wrong. Now, the only piece, teeny tiny piece of bail that I can shoot Tylil in this entire situation was his back was to Michael when his sister assaulted him. That's the only teeny tiny bit. He didn't see it. So basically, if you think about it, he didn't see it with his own two eyes. He's just going off of what people are saying to him on a stream. So I don't think he understood the gravity of what his sister did. Right. So that's the only bail I'm going to shoot him. So I think once he took a moment and literally watched it back and maybe saw how it really, really went down, then maybe that's what triggered the apology, or he's trying to do massive cleanup. People are saying that he done let his sister ruin his entire bag. Other people not going to want to come up there.
I think so. I think so. Because this is my thing. I agree with what you said. If I didn't see that video of him putting her out, you knew she was a problem. When she made the banana. See, and I'm not saying that when you see it, because I'm going to shoot it to you. You're going to be like, oh, just like you said.
He already knew she. Well, I'm saying
she wanted him.
Her brother, he knows she wanted him.
And I believe in that household, just by his response, everybody, I was told, remember being little and you were told like, everybody ain't raised like you. Everybody household don't run like yours. And some households, some of that inappropriate shit is okay.
And the fact that she did it, there were children in the room.
And right in front of her, her hand was on his sack. And literally on the other side, there's like,
where child services? Like, this video could really, really go left. It can really
so many
go left.
Conversations. Okay, so now I have a question for you. This is what I got out of all of this. And I'm like, maybe this is a bigger message. Most of these streamers do these streams, 24-hour stream, whatever they do them out of their own houses, their own apartments, their own. My question to you is, as a celebrity, you're now going into these people's homes. You're going into their morals, their value. You really don't know. Is it worth going?
No.
Okay, you got my question. Yeah, is it worth? Because now we're thinking you're just going. It's different when you show up in a content space or a studio or a neutral, but you're going
controlled environment
and a control exactly. You're going into their home. So now think about it. Even if he did put his sister out, I just thought about it. Even though if he did put his sister out, they probably living in a mama house. I think he called for his mom, so she could come back up in there anyway.
She at home.
And this is where this is my I have so many questions about that because most of them are doing it right in their own home.
They sure are. I'm thinking about Kai Cenat, and Kai Cenat, his space where he streams out of seems like it's chaotic, but it seems like a more controlled environment. I know Kai Cenat is living well.
Yes. And I'm sure that people are coming with, if you're smart, like I know with Kevin there, I'm sure Kevin has security. Right.
Security is sleeping right outside that door. Don't play.
Yes.
Don't play with him.
Yes. Yep.
Somebody carried all that luggage up there. Yeah, Kevin can't carry it.
It's still weird to me though. It's still weird. It's when I watch it, and I guess it's just not for me, but that's what I know that that generation loves it because it's that getting up close and personal stuff, but it's very strange to me. It really is sometimes to see.
It's one thing, and it's funny because everybody's like, "Oh my goodness, Kai Cenat, Kevin Hart," and I'm like, Kevin Hart got kids at home, and he's spending the night over this N-word's house.
Yeah,
like a sleepover,
and they're all on this one. Like, I don't want to get off on this because I know this is, but when you watch it and you watch the set, it's these big air mattresses. They're all walking over. I only watched the clip. It's actually kind of funny, and I'm doing a hot chip challenge, but like. It's so like I'm like, ew. I'm thinking about germs. I'm thinking about like all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, Kev, you literally is in this boy's like big ass bedroom
when he got kids at home
with like 5, 6 other niggas. Yes,
wife and kids at home.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's
smart
entertainment.
At business wise, it's so smart because
guess what?
Bridging that gap too.
He's bridging the gap.
Yeah,
he's opening himself up to another target audience. Right.
Yep.
But let's just wrap up the Michael Rainey stuff and put a bow on it. My question to you, do you think Michael Rainey Jr. should press charges?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Cool. I think it's enough for the state, wherever they live, to do it themselves. Because it's out there, right? It's kids. My problem is it's children in that room. There's so many things wrong with that.
It is.
Yes. And 50 Cent is a real...
That part. For what? So let's talk about 50 Cent for a second before we move on. 50 Cent put out a little note. And you know what? I enjoy 50 Cent's petty to a certain point. But at the end of the day, if we all really sat down and had a really grown-up conversation at the table, 50 Cent don't mean our community no good.
Yo,
50 Cent is not.
I'm laughing because I'm so glad you straight up.
Like, I mean, if we really
today.
If we have a grown-up conversation at the grown-up table, 50 Cent really, outside of some good shit to watch on TV, 50 Cent brings no value to our community. I'm going to tell you that.
Nah, you want some real shit. That's probably the realest shit I heard all week. And
all he does is sit up and troll on social media.
Yeah.
He makes good TV.
Right.
Okay, that's a contribution. Yeah. I'll give him that. He makes good TV. He gives people jobs. He employs black people. He employs them. But there is a group of people who argue that he gives us good TV, but look at the content of the TV
that he's giving us. That is so true. That's very true.
You know, these are some of my favorite shows, and they employ some of my most favorite people. So I don't want to go too far on that side of things, but I see the point. I do see the point. I will be the first to admit I love drug dealing, gun, shoot 'em up nonsense. Like, especially on TV. Keep it out of my neighborhood.
No, it's Exactly.
Keep it out of my neighborhood. Keep it out of all the people, all of our neighborhoods, not just my neighborhood. Keep it on TV. Just let it.
So now there's a bigger question: should we hold them accountable for what we're watching? Because we're watching. I get so much.
Because life be imitating art, and people want to be Tariq St. Patrick.
That's so true.
Dope on the side.
Yeah,
so
real.
You know there are so many layers to everything, right? But then the same argument could be made. Well, when you watch Terminator, did you want to go get an AK-47 and shoot up? You know, so it's all sides of things. But 50 Cent, in the grand scheme of things, 50 Cent is not a good person.
No.
Let's just call it for what it is.
No, that's the truth.
He make good music. G-Unit. What? We in here. What?
Right.
We could get the drummer crack. But he make good music. Okay. I'm not going to doubt that. He makes good music. He makes good TV. But 50 Cent and the core value of things,
he's not
50 Cent is not a good, he's not a good human being.
And he's not a good human being. No, he's not. Listen, and he's definitely not good for our community as a whole. As like, because this part really like you know this kid personally, like why? But you know that said a lot to me. That 50 was definitely sexually assaulted. I always think that people that respond like that have been through it.
Here's another thing though with 50 Cent.
Somebody told him to suck it up.
for those of you who missed what 50 Cent actually said in regards to Michael Rainey Jr., he was basically like, sexual assault, man, he all right. We ain't pressing no charge. He's basically, he said he's fine and we're not pressing charges. He just blew it off. He blew it off like it was nothing, like sexual assault.
But who gives him the right to do that, though?
He also said, hold on, Bessie. He said she was just being like wild aggressive or super aggressive.
Because somebody did it to him. You know, our men
that's that mentality right there. That's that mentality.
It is. But you know, a lot of times that mentality come from because it's been accepted, right? Mm-hmm. I know people personally. I know guys that I was friends with personally that literally got raped in my town by older women. But they look at it like, they don't look at it like they were sexually assaulted.
Yeah, they look at it like, man, I was knocking down that old chick. I was knocking down such mom.
She literally forced you. What are you talking about?
Yep.
But it is that man.
But here's the bigger thing. 50 Cent deleted that post. Mm-hmm. After he got called out about it, because here's the bigger picture. Okay, I'm gonna stick with Michael Rainey Jr., but I feel like I'm in my 50 Cent bag today, and I got some other things I want to address. But he deleted that post that he wrote about Michael Rainey Jr. and then tried to subsequent and posted that he attended a roast in Miami or somewhere over the weekend. And he tried to clean it up. Here's the cleanup. Yeah, it was really cool to attend this. It was a Diddy roast. And he was like, you know, it benefited sexual assault survivors or victims of sexual assault.
Nice cleanup.
Yeah, but it was a lie. It benefited domestic violence. See, that's how quick you tried to clean it up.
And lie, bold-faced
lie that you went to an event that benefited sexual assault victims when it was actually domestic violence victims, because you was trying to hurry up and clean up the fact that you took a situation where a young man was blatantly sexually assaulted. The whole world saw the video.
Yes.
Michael Rainey even released a statement regarding the sexual assault. You can read the statement at icecreamconvos.com. But you blew it off. And then when you blew it off and got called out, you tried to clean it up and act like you went to an event for sexual assault. But let's talk about the bigger picture with 50 Cent. Not only did you blow off Michael Rainey Jr. being sexually assaulted, you yourself have been accused of sexually assaulting your baby mom.
Yeah, true that. Yeah.
And you turned around and filed a lawsuit against her for defamation.
Right.
In an attempt to clean that up. Right. But then on top of that, listen, I know 50 Cent is here for our entertainment, but he is not a good human being. First of all, the man won't even deal with his own son.
Right. That alone,
And then his second baby mama exposed him for just being an IG daddy to the second little boy. So it's just like, I don't know this man personally, but based on the context clues and the way he responded to Michael Rainey Jr. being sexually assaulted lets me know
I wouldn't mess with him no more.
He don't give a damn about none of Diddy's victims. The only reason why he riding Diddy's coattails is because Diddy was sleeping with his baby mama.
Yeah.
And he don't care about none of them victims. He is making that documentary just because he's petty and he's vindictive and he wants to watch Diddy go up in flames. It has nothing to do with all the women all over since the 90s who have allegedly been victims of Diddy. He don't care about Cassie being beat, or he don't care about Cassie being sexually assaulted. Diddy 50 Cent don't care about nobody and nothing but himself.
Yeah.
The sooner we all realize that, it's easier to understand the way he operates.
His time's coming too. He puts out a lot of bad energy. That's what I'm saying. You got to watch the energy you put out, because even like the energy, we all know Diddy did what he did, but I'm like, man, he keep putting all that energy out about Diddy. Nobody's perfect. His shit gonna come out soon too.
I mean, it did. In the midst of him going after his baby mama, calling her a little sex worker. She like, okay, but you tell the people what you allegedly did to this little sex worker.
Right.
And then he turned around and sued her for defamation. And Diddy, I keep saying Diddy. Diddy must be doing something. 50 Cent is one of those people that, much like Diddy, much like The Dream, and Kevin Spacey and other people in positions of power who abuse their power, he knows that he can get away with certain things because he got the attorneys, he got the bread. He could shut her up.
Yeah.
He could dry her up financially in court. Because those police came out and arrested him at her house for a reason.
Yeah, true. We'll see. Okay. He got a lot. I just feel like a lot's gonna come back to him. This guy's been putting out bad energy for years. Mm-hmm. You gotta be humble. You gotta be humble sometimes and just sit back. Even if you see something, just sit back. Like
he really takes too much delight in the downfall of any and everybody.
And that's something I don't believe in. You got to be careful how you do that. I'm telling you. Yeah. You really do.
So I think, I mean, I've been on the fence with 50 Cent for quite some time because it's like, oh my gosh, that's so funny the way he get. Because a lot of times he goes after the bad guy, but they say real recognize real, right? The bad guy, do bad guys recognize bad guys? Yeah, but a lot of times he goes after, you know, he targets people that are easy when
already down,
who are already down and out. So a lot of times it's like, oh, okay. But I've been on the fence but this Michael Rainey thing, like really, I guess I had an aha moment when it came to 50 Cent. Like, yo, he really don't care about nobody or nothing but himself.
Yeah, exactly. It's obvious.
You know, I know we spoke about this before, and you were saying that you think Michael Rainey Jr. is going to need counseling.
Yeah, just because like it happened, and it's bad enough it happened, but it happened in front of millions of people. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not only was it streamed, but then now you got people clipping it up. It's running through. I mean, every major outlet, reposting it. And I mean, I even seen where like people are breaking down. I saw a psychologist yesterday on YouTube breaking down all his body language.
Wow.
You know, she was saying, you know, she saw the flight. She's like, and even that, I was like, damn, we don't even think about like that. Like for the rest of his life, like that's going to be something that's going to kind of follow him, even though he's going to do a lot of great things. He's done great things. He's going to do more. That sexual assault, it's going to follow him. I feel like
I can see the press interviews now.
Yeah.
For that incident in 2020.
Yes. Yeah. I want to know how he feels. Like how he really, like he said he was still processing it. And I believe it. Mm-hmm. You go through so many different emotions. Yeah. And it was so disturbing just to watch it. So I know he's going through something.
Yeah.
And she's done that. That is something that she does all the time. She's a predator. This is what I mean. People you gotta shut these people down.
You do. You
could tell she a predator. She go around grabbing dicks for a living.
Yeah. And it just hurt my heart to watch him try to play it off.
Yes.
Because he knew so many eyes were on him.
You see the pain in his eyes when you really, I guess because when that lady slowed it down, that first look on his face was like the most frightening look ever. Mm-hmm. Like he was frightened. Mm-hmm. That's so sad.
That's awful. And it just hurts because we watch Michael Rainey grow up.
Yeah.
You know, he was the little barbershop baby. Exactly. Like we watched him grow up, you know, so just sending love, prayers, and positive energy to him. And this situation gave me a opportunity to talk to Destiny, like talk to your kids.
Yeah, for real.
About what's appropriate and what's inappropriate on as far as their actions and what others do to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you know, I see in high schools and stuff, like some dudes like smack each other in their privacies, like to be funny or like punch each other like that. That's not okay either.
That is so strange.
You like, why y'all popping each other in your privates? But just have a conversation about what's acceptable.
Yes.
And not acceptable.
Yes, please.
A lot of times we take for granted that these kids know what's okay and what's not. And
no, you got to start younger and younger now. I was saying like 3 years old.
Oh, listen, Eve can tell you right now, her no zones.
Yeah, you got to.
No.
Yeah.
And I love that her doctor reinforces it as well. Like when they check her, they're like, the only reason why I'm able to do it is because mommy or Shuggy is here. Yes. Blah, 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 blah. Yep. This is the only reason why you are allowed to let me do this.
Yeah.
Or look here or, you know. So, so just prayers and love and positive energy to Michael Rainey Jr. I'm wondering if we should take a break before we talk about Chrisean.
Yeah. Man.
Karla. Let's take a real quick break. And then when we come back, because that Michael Rainey just felt heavy. Let's take a quick break. And when we come back, let's talk about Chrisean Rock strolling up in the jail. Strolling up in the court to see her. And with the jail. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, ICC friends, we are back. Karla, your girl in jail.
Man, she's still there?
I don't know. That's what I was getting ready to say. She might have been let out.
I have to look it up, but I think she is still there.
Well, Chrisean Rock attended Blueface's a court hearing for Blueface in San Fernando Valley. What was it, Monday? No. Was it Monday or Friday?
That's a good question. I think Monday.
I think it was Monday.
I think it was Monday.
Her and Chrisean Rock Jr. and Jonathan Porter Sr. Went strolling up into the courthouse for Blueface's hearing. You know, Blueface has been in the belly of the beast for quite some time. And apparently Chrisean had an outstanding warrant in Oklahoma, and them boys in blue was waiting on her when she got up in that courthouse. And they patted her down and swiftly took her into custody. Meanwhile, Karlissa and Paul Blueface up in the courthouse arguing about who gonna take the baby. And Paw Blueface said, I ain't no babysitter.
A mess. That is a whole mess. Yes.
So it's just, I'm going to be honest. I don't feel sorry for Chrisean Rock going to jail.
No, because you don't remember her say, she said she was on a run like TK. You don't remember when it was a couple months ago and she was like, I know I got these warrants and I know she was like, but I'm not going in. I need to stay out and raise my, she literally said she knew she had warrant. Like Chrisean knew she had warrants.
Listen, can I just read? Can I just take this moment to remind y'all that the feds watch Instagram and your little Facebook lives and your Instagram lives, and they go through your feed, and they look at your socials, because I feel like once Chrisean verbalized that she was fully aware that she had a warrant and she wasn't going because she was going to take care of her baby, they was like, bet. Say less.
Yeah.
Say less.
I think, but you know what? I think in this case, it wasn't even that, because she's been going back and forth for months since after she said that. In my heart, I'm 75% sure Karlissa set that up. And the reason I believe that, because I went back and you look at it and you're like, wait a minute. If you notice, Karlissa always got cameras rolling. Always got people there with cameras. And a couple times when she did her live, she was like, yeah, and I got, because she's saying right now, you got to go to her Patreon. She has the other part of the video. Soon as I started hearing stuff like that, she has the other side of the argument, because her argument was, it wasn't that they were arguing about she didn't want the baby. She basically there was a woman holding Chrisean Jr. when Chrisean got locked up. Okay. Apparently they didn't know who this woman, Karlissa didn't know who that wasn't the
godmom Marsh.
No, it wasn't Marsh. Marsh wasn't there. They called Marsh down after the fact. This was some lady, whoever it was. Karlissa claimed she was saying to John, like, yo, well, ain't you going to take the baby? Because John, he lives with them.
Yeah, he does.
So it made sense, like, because I heard a lot of people bashing, and I'm not a fan of Karlissa's, but that's the one part I'm like, well, I get that part, because she like, why take the baby up out of a home that he already living in? To go be with somebody.
You live with the baby every day, bro.
Right. Just go ahead and but something in my spirit, because Chrisean been going to court. The last time Chrisean went to court for Blueface, the judge actually let him hold the baby and talk to her and everything.
Oh, wow.
You understand what I'm saying? So because at first I'm like, oh, that's her fault. She online. But then I'm like, wait, she been going back and forth and they ain't did nothing. But all of a sudden, Karlissa, it's just it sounds too much like, I just feel like the whole thing, honestly, is somewhat staged. I do. I'm not saying that like on Chrisean's behalf, though.
Right. Like, Chrisean's like, what part of this is staged, Miss Karla?
Because what would it be for her to just put a call in? Because that'll give her a ton of content. That'll give Karla
would.
And we all know, yes, we all know that it's all about clout for all of them, to the point where that baby literally is a clout baby. Chrisean Jr. is a clout baby.
He is. Very much so.
But girl, Karlissa got on there and she claimed that they wanted the judge. She got kicked out of court and she wanted all she wanted was the judge to ask Blueface where he wanted the baby to go. So Marsh, basically Chrisean's best friend Marsh came and ended up coming to get the baby or whatever. But
well,
I think Karlissa called.
I feel like Marsh should do a better job with the baby. Is Marsh the one that was watching the baby when Blueface
in the first place? Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I think that's who's raising him. I think that's who's raising him.
Wow.
Because come on, Chrisean still, Chrisean gonna do what she want to do.
Yeah.
But did you hear the baby crying for her though? Like after they took her away. That was sad. His cry is still the same too. I'm concerned. Like I'm generally concerned. I'm not a doctor. I'm generally concerned about that baby though.
I'm glad I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Cause you know the child, it'd be tearing me up when my grandbaby called me and be like, Shiggy, I miss you so much. I can't wait to see you. I'll be like, girl, let me gas up the pace. Get my Renum spoons. I'll be over there in a minute. Like,
yeah, it's a hot mess. But something tells me like this is all somewhat like staged. I think Karlissa called.
That wouldn't surprise me one bit.
And once again, Chrisean's back in the news. See, if you notice, we haven't talked about Chrisean, right?
Yeah,
we haven't talked about Karlissa. Blueface is the true star. Whether you like Blueface or not, or we like him, this guy knows how to get people talking about him and his shit. Like he said, come join the circus.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, the circus been down since he been in jail.
Big top.
All the accents got fired.
Big top.
But you see now what it does. Just her being getting locked up now. Karlissa got content. Even Chrisean right now is being talked about again. And then Blueface once again is of course being talked about. So I don't. What the sad part is, I know a real life. They're not currently. I know real life Bluefaces and Chriseans. That baby got 2 parents in jail right now. That's not cute. And I can tell you the result of that doesn't end up well if they don't get their shit together.
That what my thing is, what is child services saying and doing? Because they know it's on record.
Yeah,
that both parents in jail.
Yeah. Well, John, I guess with John living there though, the grandfather, that's easy. The baby can just go home with him. That's what is the most logical. That's what makes most logical sense.
The saddest part,
he's been in his life since the beginning.
Saddest part about everything is babies can't pick their parents.
No, they can't. They can. But girl, to listen to them argue, I'm like, how these two, they'll never get back together.
Okay. Good.
Start talking about each other's mamas. I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy.
Awful. Absolutely
in the courthouse, though.
In the courthouse. Not to mention, Karla, all your homegirls went to jail because Tommie Lee got arrested.
That's my boo, man.
All your homegirls.
That's my girl. I know. Tommie just needs some therapy, man.
You need to stick her with some Narcan.
Tommie, leave. I love Tommie. We're not gonna do that to Tommie.
Tommie, you just need a
little
to Miami Beach cutting a fool.
Yeah, she is.
Got arrested. They said she tried to hand something to a man. He like, he don't know her.
Yeah.
So she pokes him in the face.
She was just trying to hand him something. That
man, you know your girl was drunk. You know she was drunk.
Yeah,
right?
I know. Okay. That's why I said she just need help.
Okay.
That ain't the real her.
As long as you know she drunk. As soon as I saw Tommie Lee arrested, I said she was drunk.
Yeah,
I ain't even had to read the article.
Yeah, she got to get that. She has to get that alcohol. It's really an addiction. She really got to go get cleaned up real quick and try to get herself back together. That was a problem always for her. That's how we was introduced to her.
Yeah, it's very, very, very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate. All right, just real quick, and I'm gonna wrap this up so we can go. Karla, let's go back to Philly. I'm sorry, I know this feels like a personal attack, but I'm gonna call this. Maybe I should call this episode "What's Going On in Philly." No, what's y'all saying in Philly for what's going on? What's up? Like what do y'all say?
I don't know. What's up? I don't know. That's what you need to say. What's up? Because
y'all wilding in that John. I know that. I know John. Y'all wilding that John. Y'all drawing.
This is where here we go. Here we go. You ready? Technically, y'all, and I don't get like giving out locations. I'm from Delco, which sits on the outskirts of Philly, about. Yo, hey, tell you listen. I'm a county. I live in a county. I'm just going to
you hit Delco. That county got to do better because we don't have no like Gwenco. I guess we just Gwenco.
We Delco. Oh yeah,
coin Gwenco. But
Clayco's my favorite though. I'm just going to be honest. It sounds like it's so Clayco's dope. I love
Clayco and Delco. Clayco and Delco be hitting, but Gwenco just ain't.
You know, we had a Delco day 2 days ago because you know our want to hear something cool? Our
was the crossing guard there.
Yeah, you gonna stop. It's 6/10. June 10th is our day because that is our area code.
Oh, that's
Delco Day. I'm serious. It's a real day. I'm gonna shoot you pictures. You be playing. I'm trying to tell you,
man. Kiara Lee playing though, because she should try to like lock down a sponsorship with Gillette. Something she playing. She playing. She is playing. She need me. Let me be your manager, girl. I'll get you.
Nair.
Okay, something. Nair, Gillette, all the man. Venus. We can get all of them on. All right, God forgive me.
Yeah, you're wrong. So Stephen
since
A.
we in Philly.
Yeah. What's up with my man, Stephen A?
I'm gonna need Delco, Philly, Southwest Philly, I'm gonna need all y'all to come collect Stephen A. Smith. Come collect him. Because ever since Club Shay Shay and Shannon Sharp blew up on the internet, thanks to Cat Williams, because we not gonna act like we ain't know why. Stephen A. Smith been doing a whole lot more than usual. Because Stephen A. Smith has always been the mouthpiece, right?
And so dramatic.
Dramatic. But now it seems like he's going above and beyond the Call of Duty outside the realm of sports just to try to draw attention, YouTube likes and clicks. And he is really trying to do Shay Shay numbers. Most recently, he said that Will Smith still owes the Black community an explanation for why he slapped Chris Rock. Now, my issue with this is the fact that he waited until Will Smith was back. Another Philly on Philly crime.
Yeah, but technically Stephen A. just lived here for a minute because I think he's from like New York. He wasn't born here too.
Oh, okay.
We're not gonna slap him.
You ain't gonna claim him.
Let me go look and make sure. No, I know he wasn't born here. He spent a lot of time here.
Okay, so he can get slapped too.
Yeah. But I know he can get slapped. Oh, yeah, okay. Brooklyn.
Okay.
I know he wasn't born here, but he did live here for
that would explain that energy. Shout out to my
people. New York, that's he on y'all. We go our birthplace.
Yeah, he on that Timberland type of time, huh? So anyway, I'm like, you waited until Will Smith was back on his A game with the #1 movie in the world to bring out some shiznit he did 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, he don't owe the Black community nothing. I think the Black community pretty much made their stance very clear when they went to that movie theater and Bad Boys Ride or Die brought in $56 million, the first opening weekend, and 104.6 million around the world. I think the Black folks have spoken.
But who made
okay,
weird,
go ahead.
Who made Stephen A. like the voice? And I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I don't think Black people really care. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but Will Smith was, I'm not gonna say Black people was never with Will Smith, but he was never like our leader or anything either. Like, we didn't expect an apology. King smacked the shit out of Malcolm X. Exactly. We just love Will for what he do. Like, go make us a good movie. Stay the fuck away from rapping. And we're all right.
Yo, every time Will be rapping, I'll be like, come on, dog.
No, even though he did kill, you know what, I'll give him credit for. All right, I ain't gonna do him dirty. He did all right, and
Joyner Lucas,
the joint he did, yes,
yeah,
you know exactly what I was.
But you know, Joyner Lucas ain't gonna let him sit up and
that shit. Yeah, he wrote that joint.
All right, then. Same way Dr. Dre went over there and sat with Jay-Z and went home with Still Dre. Right. Don't play with us. Don't play with us. Okay, we know
them bars. We already know them.
Them bars.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. But my thing is, like, Stephen A., like, who made you the officiant of the Black community? The Black community of me is just fine. I don't need Will Smith to tell me nothing. Nah. And here's the thing. Exactly. You know, he's talking about how it impacted Chris Rock's mental health, and it impacted Will Packer, and it impacted the comedy community. First of all, nobody impacted the community of comedy more than Cat Williams. Yeah. So let's take that off the table. Yeah. Number two, if you're so concerned about Chris Rock's mental health, why are you bringing up his trauma 2 years later to get clicks and views on YouTube?
Because Will's hot right now.
Because Will's hot right now. Mm-hmm. And you didn't go see the movie, so you tried to come up with another hot take that get people clicking on you because you talk about Will Smith.
Yeah.
And second, third, I don't even know what point I'm on at this point, but I would like to point out the fact that Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, God bless him, they put on a master class in doing press for Bad Boys Ride or Die.
I know that's right.
These straight two N-words was showing up everywhere. Churches, the baby showers, the weddings. They did the most strategic and elite press run I have ever seen.
Yeah, that's true.
It was to the point where I was expecting, when I went downstairs in my living room, Will and Martin to be down there ready to talk about Bad Boys
right? Yeah, seriously, they were everywhere. That is
okay. Stay out of people's houses, because them streamers ain't it. I was so happy that they avoided the streamers.
Yeah,
I was so happy.
I think certain people are just not going. Like, if we went through a list of actors and actresses right now, there's some we know for a fact that would never, not even for to get them back relevant or get them. There's some that won't. Like when I see Kevin Hart going, I'm like, I can see that because I can see that with Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart did Soul Plane.
But exactly. But Chris Tucker, you'll never ever see Chris Tucker at a streamer. You understand what I'm saying? Certain like Cat, you'll never see Cat.
You ain't gonna catch Dave Chappelle or Eddie Murphy.
Hell no. Not even. And people be calling Cat crazy. Cat's not even gonna do it because of him. Like he gonna look at the whole thing. Like I'm not going in your house. Like you're literally.
What am I coming to your house?
Right. And I think I know where they got the idea from, but it's like, nah, y'all, it's not. Some of y'all in these little rat infested, like we don't really know. All the streamers ain't living like Kai. That's all.
And you ain't about to set me up. You ain't about to line me up.
Yeah, exactly.
Thinking I'm coming for an overnight stream. Wake up, all my luggage gone.
Oh my gosh, yes.
You ain't about to line me up. No.
Everything.
But just shout out to Will and Martin. What Will and Martin did do is they utilized influencers versus streamers.
Right. Right.
You know, they did a lot of content with very popular TikTokers and so on and so forth. So they still got the job done. And y'all, Bad Boys Ride or Die is absolutely fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic. So good. So just make sure you guys go see that film and let's just keep it. I love the fact that y'all, and when I say y'all know who I'm talking to. Y'all tried so hard to cancel Willard Smith. Y'all tried so hard. He need to give back his Oscar. He ain't allowed to come no more. Y'all tried so hard.
I still agree with that though. I don't think he should be. I think he should be away. He shouldn't be allowed to come back for a while.
Oh yeah, he can sit at home. He definitely because at the end of the day, regardless, he acted out of order. I
still feel some type of way that
it's disorderly conduct.
It's
disorderly conduct. So you can't come up in here.
Nah.
But as far as
like canceling his whole career now.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
And you can't. Like, can you really cancel somebody? Like, let's talk about that word cancel. And who's really canceled? Because if your audience, if your fans is still with you're never canceled.
Yeah, true that. I think canceling someone is more of like a faux type of
it is. Come on,
perception, a fake perception of things. Because remember when Tiffany Haddish was supposedly canceled after the whole situation with the kids? She was still doing comedy shows. Y'all still was going to her comedy shows.
Ari Spears is still doing stuff.
She's still selling books. She just sold the book. She's still doing tours. She's still I mean, who can we say was really truly honestly canceled? Because at the end of the day, when y'all think y'all cancel people, they just go lay low for a little bit.
Yeah,
they just lay them low until y'all forget and move on to the next person.
Yep. And cancel and blackball are two different things. We're not talking about like blackball, cancel.
I think I've been blackballed, but we'll talk about that on another podcast. I do.
Oh my gosh.
I think I've been blackballed. Oh Lord. If it wasn't for this Bronx, this rap shit probably never would be going on.
Oh my God.
Don't know where that random lyric came from, but I just feel like I've been blackballed. All right, y'all. You know what? We're gonna wrap up this podcast because as Destiny would say, I'm crashing out right now. I'm crashing out. I think this vitamin B12 and D kicked in at the same time, and I'm crashing out. So thank you guys so much for tuning into today's podcast. Karla, as always, thank you for being a gracious host and allowing me to step into the streets of Philly and throw some blows at y'all today. But I definitely love my Philly people. You know, it's so funny. We love you too. I put together a proposal for a partnership that I may be getting. So y'all just pray for partnership. Okay. Can we say pray for partnership?
Yes.
So hopefully that partnership comes through. But I had to look at my demo. And remember my demo used to be, like 89, 90, 95% women. Shout out to the fellas because y'all done pulled up.
Oh, for real?
Now my demo is now 75-25.
Okay.
Shout out to the fellas. Welcome to the ice cream.
I love it.
Yes. So shout out to the ICC fellas pulling up, getting strong. Y'all getting strong out there. I see you. But with that being said, I did look at my demo, and right now my top 5 cities: New York, Philly. Shout out to Philly. Philly, I do love y'all. Don't abandon me because I was
been holding it down for years. Philly been in that top 5 for y'all don't let her lie, y'all. Y'all been in the top 5 for years, but we need to get number 1. We ain't never been 1. I'm gonna need y'all to step it up.
Yeah, I believe Philly hold me down because of you, Karla, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you rallying.
I don't know. I'll take the credit for it, but I need us to be number 1.
So right now, New York is number 1 right now. New York
Shout
is
out to New York.
1. And then it's so it's New York, Philly, Houston, Detroit, and Chicago.
Okay, shout out to listen, keep going to icecreamconvos.com, y'all.
Okay. Hold me down.
Tell a friend to tell
somebody click a link, please. I'm dying. Help me, I'm dying. Somebody drop. When people be thirsty, be like, drop a drop of water in my mouth. But yeah, so just shout out to all the ICC friends everywhere. But mad love to the top demo holding me down.
Yeah, for real. Those are some heavy hitters too. We got really some heavy
because I'm here in Atlanta and I don't see y'all inwards nowhere.
Yeah, I was about to ask you where Atlanta at, but I ain't want to call you out like that.
Not even Gwynco. Where Gwynco?
Damn. Yeah, where y'all at?
Not even Jersey. I'm from Jersey. Damn, Jersey.
But you know how that go. We talked about that.
Yeah, we did talk about your hometown.
Yep.
What is going on?
Yeah, you know how that go.
Yep. So, all right, guys. So I just want to give y'all that little tidbit. I like sharing like little fun facts with y'all. And all right, Karla. So you got any parting words for the people?
Just drink water and be kind and mind your business. That's
mind your business. You would tell me, an entertainment and celebrity news writer, to mind my business. All right, guys. I love y'all. ICC.
We all we got.